Welcome to Rants of Bbnaija, Chic. It has been a very long minute. Yes, I know. It was unintentional. I intended to go on a short break, quite alright, but alas, it happened the way it did, and it is what it is. But that's not why I'm here. We'll talk about that another time. Big Brother Naija All Stars has started, and I won't even lie to you. I didn't want to make videos on Big Brother Naija again. I mean, I just finished doing the reunion, but as I finished watching the show, I was like, look at this lineup, and the MA inside me was like, you have to talk about it. So I am going to talk about it. I'm going to take you through all the housemates and just, my own opinions. Remember, my opinions are not facts. Do not take my word to the bank, but it is my opinion that you did not ask for. So that's what we're going to gist about. So All Stars, as the name implies, they're bringing back contestants that have already been on the show. So everybody already, we knew we were in for a treat. The very first person they brought out was Sissy. First of all, I loved that dress. She was in pink, Barbie coded. This is the season of Barbie. I really love that. Sissy was on the double Wahala season. She was the first runner-up, so she's a finalist. She's coming in with a very huge and established fan base. At least the fan base was established back in the day. I think it still will be. If you were her fan, you may not like this, but what she was most known for on her season was the fact that she and Toby were almost like a thing, and she was always talking, she was always giving Toby. Like, we did not like Sissy on her season. However, I am one of the people who think this season she's definitely not going to be like that. I think she's going to be more calmer and more focused. And then, of course, if she wants to give you pass, because I believe that Sissy still has it in her. I'm looking forward to seeing how she changes that narrative that I know she knows that people have about her. The next housemate they brought in was Kidwire, and I was like, why? First of all, I did not peg him as one of the housemates who would have said yes to this. But I mean, it's 120 million cash, so who would not say yes to that offer? He was in the lockdown season, and I think he's back because he's one of those guys on Big Brother Naija that I believe that their season was overshadowed by the woman they chose to be in a ship with on the show. So maybe he's back to show us Kid and then have fun and whatever he's back for. Am I really looking forward to Kid? Not particularly. He was boring. So Next up, we have Doyin, who is from the just concluded level up season. So I screamed when I saw Doyin. I think she finished like, let's say, middle of the pack, not a finalist. So I screamed when I saw her, not because I particularly watched out for her on her season, but I have seen what she has done after the season, her clapbacks and everything. So I'm like, okay, I think I like this girl. I also see how assertive she was on the reunion. So I'm like, definitely, this is a nice mix to throw in there. So I'm definitely going to be watching out for doing it. And oh, she looked amazing. The next housemate who came newly married, has a baby on the way, is Fraud. He was on the Pepper Dem season and he finished third, if memory serves me right. I remember thinking back then, how is Fraud making it to this level? But he was one of those people, I believe, who had fans, but they were not like loud like he sure had fans. So I think he's a strong contender. Against this lineup, I'm not quite sure. But I'm looking forward to seeing how he changes his narrative from the lover boy he was on his season. The next housemate that came in was Uriel. She was from the Go base season. First of all, I loved that dress, although I didn't love the back. But yeah, I love that dress. Anyways, Uriel is back and she says she's looking forward to the games, that she's now athletic, and I love that for her. We remember Uriel to be the queen of the diary room sessions because her diary sessions were always very, very lit. Like, she was so candid with Big Brother, and I hope she brings us that flair just with a little more things added on it. She finished middle of the pack, kinda, so I feel that she needed more time to really show us Uriel, and I think she's going to do that on this season. The next housemate was Pere. So Pere was on the Shine Your Eye season, and we remember Pere for being the whole I am a soldier and wanting to lord over everybody in the house, especially when he was head of house. So we didn't really like him, but I have come to like what he has put out on Twitter since his season ended. I know he's acting now. I haven't seen anything he's acted in, and people say he's good. That's fine, but I think he's not going to, even though he's coming in embracing the whole general thing, I think he's going to tone it down a bit. I mean, even with the lineup, there's nobody he can lord over in this particular season. So let me see how he switches it up and, gives us general but don't lord over people. Next up, we had Soma, who was from the Go base season. My first reaction was, why? And I think that's because Soma went out very early in his season, so we didn't really get to see him. And Maybe it's because I've not been looking out, but I haven't really seen what he has done since. But I do not know what he's going to bring. I can barely remember him, but good luck to him. Then we had Princess from the Double Wahala season. Again, she also left not so early, but she still left a little bit early, so I can barely remember her on the show. Funny enough, I remember her trending for certain things after the show had ended. I don't really know what I'm expecting from her this time around, but already with the cast, I fear that she may be swallowed up a little. She needs to really step up her game and not step it up in a silly way, because she has the potential to do that. And please do not give us accents, girl. Please speak normally, okay? Then we had Neo. Neo was from the lockdown season. This is not what he wore on the stage. I couldn't find a picture of that, but it was really, really lovely. I loved that get up he had. So Neo was one of those people who made it and was a finalist, but by the skin of his chinny chin chin. He just skated through the show. So he definitely has a lot to prove this time around, that don't just ride on people's back and just, find your way in the finals. He has a lot to prove on this season, and I think he knows that, so he's going to come and bring us that. But from what we've seen of Neo has the vibe, Neo has the energy. I mean, he's calling himself Neo Energy now, so he's definitely going to bring it. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does that. The next housemaid we had was my girl Alex, and she was from the Double Wahala season. I think she was a finalist, third, if I'm remembering right. But Alex with the vibes, Alex with the energy, Alex with the moves, everything. This girl was a nice girl on the show. She was a nice girl off the show. But I really liked what she said on the stage. She was known as the fun-loving girl, everybody's friend, but she's now the main character. I'm like, yes, you are definitely the main character. So definitely she has my support. Yes, I'm going to be biased. We are biased here. She definitely has my support. I'm looking forward to seeing what she brings. The next housemate we had was Shay. Again, my reaction was like, I'm sorry to his fans, but my reaction was like, why? What I remember of Shay from his season, he was on the Pepperdam season, is that he was always good in tasks, especially those that had to do with presentation. And I mean, we've seen that he has gone on to have a great acting career, so kudos to him on that front. Now, is this show for Shay? I am not sure. He did mention on the stage something most people didn't know, was that he has a wife and he has a son, so congratulations to him. Let me see how far he can get on the show this time around. Again, I think he finished like middle of the pack, a little bit on the early side. I can't really remember. But yeah, congratulations to him on all the exploits he has done in the industry. Next up, we have our resident hot girl from the Shine Your Eye season, Angel. I mean, I loved Angel on the show. Angel said her mind. Angel was frank. She was also a finalist, if I'm remembering correctly. I think I'm right. She has a big enough personality to stand toe-to-toe to any person in that lineup, and I really love that for her. I mean, if Perry wants to lord over people, definitely don't take it towards Angel's side, because she will bring you down without blinking an eye. So I really, really love this girl. Her energy is definitely going to match up and make the house fun. I think she will go very far. She for sure has the fan base, so I'm definitely looking forward to Angel and how she interacts with. Now, some people, people like Cross, we know they had beef. I'm looking forward to that. The next housemate we had was Bbnaija. She's the resident Gen Z. She's from the just concluded Level Up season. Again, Bbnaija left very early in her show, so we didn't really get to see her. So I don't really know what she's going to bring. I know I loved a little bit of what she offered during the reunion, so I hope she gets a long enough time to showcase that. But other than that, I think Bbnaija is going to be one of the first people to go out. I am sorry for her. With this lineup, you need an already established fan base, and I do not think she has that. The next housemate that came on the show was Ike, and I laughed when I saw him, and I am still laughing. Like, he was from the Pepperdam season. Like, Ike, what are you doing on the show? Like, Ike in his season, he was overshadowed by Messi, who he was dating, and rightfully so. I mean, have you seen her? And Ike, after the show, I don't understand what he's doing. He was like, are you a blogger now? And then he started doing skits, which are very, very horrible, by the way. Like, who are you? I don't know, you've been talking about Messi up and down. And I was still laughing. This was before I even saw that Messi was part of the cast. So how is he going to make his mark with Messi in that house and not have their beef be on the forefront? I do not know how he's going to do that. I do not think he's a strong contender. I'm sorry. But let me see what he brings. I don't think it's much, but okay. Next up, we had Adekunle, who is from the just concluded Level Up season. So, guy, I know you're a fine guy. People, you have a fan base. I mean, he's a finalist on his season. He was a finalist on his season. But the you that I saw during the reunion that everybody had beef with, you were doing so. This is not the house for you to go and do so. I think Adekunle will have to work very hard to stand up because this lineup is not a joke. And let's hope he doesn't go there and do, like, I don't know, I'm trying not to judge him, but I'm still remembering the reunion. It just happened, so it's still in my head. I don't know what he's going to do, but good for him. He already has a fan base, so let's see how he does on this season. The next housemate was Venita, who was from the Pepper Dem season. I think she was one of those extra housemates they bring in during the show. I can't really remember what she brought in the season. I remember that I liked her, like she's a fine girl, she's a mom, and all that. But of recent, my girl, there's something you said during something that was trending, and I did not really like you no more. Not that it matters. I mean, who cares? So I'm just going to be watching out for her. It's going to be interesting to see because Neo is her cousin, so we have two of them in the house. It's going to be interesting to see. But yeah, good luck to her. The next housemate is Tolani Badge. Tolani Badge is from the lockdown season. Again, I can't really remember Tolani Badge in her season, but I remember more of Tolani Badge after her season. I know she gives as good as she gets or even better, so she's definitely another big personality. I mean, most of them on the show this season are big personalities, but I do remember that she is a bit, like, she will give you, I mean, she has already said it, I'm here to give you sugar, spice, and whatever she said. I cannot remember it word for word, but definitely I am going to be watching out for Tolani Badge because I like her. I kind of like her vibe, especially her vibe on Twitter. So yeah, we'll watch out for Tolani Badge. The next housemate we have is Cross, and Cross was from the Shine Your Eye season. I would like to say at this point that Cross can go and find his votes from Atiku's camp. Yes, I said what I said. I do not forget things. So that is all I'm going to be saying about Cross. Anyways, he was a finalist and we know he has a fan base. Does he still have most of those fan base that he had? It is left to be seen, but yeah, well done. The 19th housemate to be unveiled was Mercy, the winner of the Pepper Dem season. First of all, this is how you make an entrance to an all-star season. Did you see her? I mean, look at what she has on. Like, she looked like she was going to a carnival, and rightfully so. Girl, we are already celebrating your victory at this point. I am thrown for a loop now because Mercy and Alex are my girls. But yeah, I didn't know they were going to have winners on this season, but all-stars, I mean, that's right. Anyways, Mercy, queen of highlights, Lambo, she is back. I am very, very interested to see how she handles the show this time around without the attachment that is Ike or Ike, whatever we want to call him. But I know the girl gets focused. I mean, she's here because she says money. She can always add money to her money. She has the fan base, so it will definitely be interesting to see how she, acts this time around, especially how she'll interact with Ike in the house. The 20th and final housemate to be unveiled was White Money, the winner of Shine Your Eye season. My first reaction was, God, why? White Money was one of the people who won the show because people like a sub story, period. The only character he had there was that he cooked and everybody liked that, but I do not think, of course, I'm very sure that's not going to work for him this time. With the way he has been moving after the show, to me, he's the male version of Fina. They are very loud and crass and they want to sound intelligent, but actually they have nothing to contribute and nothing to say. So I do not care for this man. And that's all the housemates on the All Stars Big Brother Naija season. It is definitely going to be a very interesting season. For the first time in my Big Brother watching career, I'm actually intending maybe to watch the show, not just watch like Sunday, Task, Friday, and like I think I want to really like watch the show. I want to see all, I want to see the interactions. I don't know how I'm going to be making the videos just quite yet, but we'll see about that. Let me know in the comment section what you thought of all the housemates and who you're going to be supporting. Let me know if you agree with me or if you don't agree with me. Just let me know what you think. Also give me suggestions. How do you want us to be doing this video? Do you want daily updates, weekly updates? How do you want us to be doing it? Even as I talk the daily, I know say no be me and you, but shall let me know. All right, that will be it for me for today. Make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you are following, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.